As WWE 2K24 rapidly approaches, I thought one more time we have MyGM in 2K23. And here are your GMs, myself on Raw, Adam Pearce on Smackdown, Sonya on NXT, and for WCW, it's Sting! Now this time, I will handicap myself quite a bit in several ways. Number one, we're putting it on hard. Number two, we're putting it on hard, staying with that minimum opening budget. And as I begin the draft, the rule for me on Raw is that any wrestler I choose has to have an R in their name. Let's go. And wouldn't you know, Raw chooses Roman Reigns. Drew, I could have used Drew. Oh well. NXT gets Becky, and WCW oh man, come on, I could have used Ronda Rousey. I obviously can't choose John Cena, but I can choose Rhea Ripley. Balor going to Smackdown. No one's chosen John Cena. Yeah, Cena going to NXT, that's hilarious. And Nikita going to WCW. And who should fight Roman Reigns? We got Mustache Randy here. Meanwhile, Asuka going to SmackDown, MVP heading to NXT, and Rey Mysterio heading to WCW. Keep the mask on, Rey. And so who will fight Rhea Ripley? For right now, it's going to be Maurice. Shayna Baszler to SmackDown, Karrion Kross to NXT, and Gunta to WCW. I could have used a few of those. But instead, I'll grab the glorious Robert Roode. And SmackDown gets Gargano. NXT gets... I really wanted R-Truth. Oh well. And The Miz to WCW. Raw selects Ilya. SmackDown gets Sami Zayn. NXT gets Alexa Bliss. And WCW gets Sheamus. Raw selects Ivar. SmackDown gets Commander Aziz. Giants and Giants. NXT gets Doudrops as the third giant, and WCW gets Damian Priest as a fighter. And because we have a giant, we need a cruiser, therefore Santos Escobar is our cruiserweight. Meanwhile, Bayley to SmackDown, NXT gets Angel Garza, and WCW gets Mercedes Moné. Monday Night Raw goes for Ridge the Fridge. SmackDown gets Tony D'Angelo. NXT grabs Shanky. Tiffany Stratton to WCW. We have $1 million left in our budget for this draft. And I can end it at any time now. We currently have 9 superstars and no tag team options really, unless I get Rude and somebody versus Ridge and somebody. Let's just make it an even 10 with Dexter Lumis and keep the rest of our budget for perhaps some legends that we need with R in their name. Meanwhile, so we start with SmackDown, Cameron Grimes to NXT, and WCW gets Butch, aka Pete Dunne. And therefore, with 10 in my roster here, I am currently done for the moment. So I'm going to end my draft, and we'll see who else goes somewhere else. There's your Raw roster for this R playthrough. Meanwhile, Ricochet to SmackDown, and Andre Chase to NXT, and then Ali to WCW. SmackDown gets Marseille. NXT grabs Blair Davenport. And Uncle Howdy, who's a giant, to WCW. There is your SmackDown roster. NXT has John Cena and Becky Lynch. Man. And Logan Paul to WCW. And there is the picks from Sting for WCW. And so the most superstars currently is WCW, with the lowest budget left of $237K. Good luck to them booking their first show, all I gotta say. And here we have Triple H. I am not feeling confident on hard with this current handicap trips, but I was born for this. Let's go. It's time to play the game. Do. And you might think that, hey, why wouldn't I go with the most popular superstar here, Roman Reigns, as my world champion? But I think we're going to begin with Mustache Randy as the world champion. And then my women's champion, I will say, I got to turn one of these two face. So I will have Maurice as the heel and turn Rhea face. So there's a title for you, Maurice. Have at least one tables match this week. Here we go. Now, First and foremost, I want to hire at least one legend because I have that power card of signing one legend. So the first legend you sign will be free. And so who would have that 5 weeks, 10 weeks, 10 weeks, 5 weeks, Reza Ramon for 10 weeks? Do I have anything longer than 10 weeks? That's the maximum for legends? It looks like it. And therefore, the bad guy coming to Raw. And so, booking that first show, we must change in our first section of promo a role change for Miss Rhea Ripley. So, no match this week, but a role change and perhaps a call-out promo from Maurice. That is the plan. But certainly, we'll kick off with a main event for that world title. It will be Randy Orton and Roman Reigns. Title match, world title. And you know what? I think I will book that tables match, because Triple H wants one and must meet that commissioner goal. So yes, world title tables match will close my first Raw. Now the call out promo to hopefully begin Maurice and Rhea. We open the show with Ivar and the Santos. Do we have enough for a tag team? We can't fill a whole card. We have a tag team contest. I want to have one. Obviously you need to have one, but not enough guys. So if I had Rude and Dragunov versus Razor and Dexter, and then hired somebody to fight Ridge, that could work. So, alright, look. Fighter in Razor. No, I'm sorry. Tag team match, playa. Our first tag team feud. Razor Ramon and Dexter Lumis, what a tag team, versus Ilya and the Glorious One. And for those tag team titles. And so honestly, that should open the show. So let's switch those. But Ridge Holland is a bruiser. And when it comes to fighters, Tozawa has an R in his name. Therefore, Akira Tozawa, come on down. The Power, they're both heels. Well, that means we get the role change for the Power of Tozawa. And in the meanwhile, if we had a jobber here, and here's where it's complicated because there's no current one that fits that bill to fight him with an R in his name. Let's just grab Brute Force as a cruiser, because sure, it's $6,000, whatever. And we know it is not a good matchup class-wise, but we gotta fill the spot on the card, right? So in the meanwhile, looking at our stamina, with 81 and 82 stamina, why not have a crazy match and do that so you guys can have a submission match, because why not? Otherwise, we have no options for show logistics on week 1. We have filled our commissioner goal, and we have our card filled up. So this should be quite the interesting first show. And I do have this card that makes 3 superstars not booked in matches, but it can't be used before pay-per-view. Man, why not? That's when you want to screw your opponents the most. So that being the case, I'll just use it now, because why not? And I will screw over the icon Sting. This is war. And with that all out of the way, confirming with almost 800k in the budget remaining, so confirming the booking. Here we go, Monday Night Raw. Who are the inaugural tag team champions? It will be the bad guy and Dexter. 2 stars, here we go. Role change, Rhea is a face, it was okay. Mid-card, Ivar and Santos. The winner, Ivar. Disappointing, and no rivalry? Bro, I booked Giant and Cruiser. That should have been okay. Anyhow, the call out, hopefully, maybe, no. We did not get 0 to 1, that sucks. Anyhow, Ridge and Brute Force, I say a half a star. A half a star. Ridge wins as he should. Awful, a half a star, even with that submission matchup. Now, Tozawa, embarrassing, but he is a face, which means him and Ridge are our feud moving forward. And your main event tables match, Randy defending against Roman Reigns, who is the champion walking out of Raw. It is the big dog, Tribal Chief, acknowledge him. 4 stars, amazing, but I don't think I made a feud. Smackdown opening with your women's champion Asuka defending against Shayna Baszler and retaining because no one is ready for Asuka, 3.5 stars. Zoe Stark promo, she gets 0 for that. Mid-card, Gargano and Ricochet versus Masay and Tony. Ricochet and Gargano, 2 stars, new rivalry. The call out from Bayley to Zoe, it was okay. That one worked for them, not for me. Unfortunate. Mid-card. Oh, I forgot the mid-card title. We'll do Ridge for that mid-card title. So, Sammy and Aziz. It is Aziz, your IC champion. 3.5. Main event. Extreme Rules. Balor versus the champion Drew on Smackdown. And Drew retains that title. 4 stars. Amazing, but no rivalry. Over on the black and gold, Karrion Kross, R-Truth, Hell in a Cell to open their show. That's crazy. Crazy. R-Truth wins that matchup. 3.5 stars. It was great. Cameron Grimes gets 0 on his pop. Mid-card, Bliss and Blair versus Becky and Doudrop. The winners, Bliss and Blair. B and B, new rivalry. Andre Chase gets pop at 3. Mid-card, wait. Your mid-card is the world title, and your main event is the mid-card title. Huh? MVP challenging John Cena. MVP wins the match. Bowling. New champion. 3 stars. And main event Shanky is back on the scene. We eatin' good tonight, Shanky Maniacs. And your new North American champion, unfortunately defeating Shanky, Angel Garza. And finally, WCW opens with Uncle Howdy and Ray in a tables match. Sure, Ray's the champion, and Uncle Howdy gets the win. 2.5 stars. Logan Paul cutting that promo like it's okay, it gets 2. Mercedes and Tiffany in your mid-card. Standard. Monet gets the win. Mediocre. Nikita Lyons gets 1. Tag team match playa. Priest and Butch versus Sheamus and Miz. And it is Miz and Sheamus getting the win there, and tag team champions. Ronda calls out Nikita. That gets a rivalry. Main event, Gunther and Ali would be a banger anywhere in the world. And I do believe that is the WCW Hardcore title. So, okay, why not? Ali, your Hardcore champion. 3 stars, WCW. And so, at the end of week 1, I get good booking. SmackDown gets good booking, as does NXT, as does WCW. Continue. 81 on the ratings. Fan change, 32K, and a little bitty bit of a profit. 99 for SmackDown. They get another 48,000, and they make 19K. They need it. NXT gets 45K in the fans and makes 4,000. And WCW gets 37K in the fan change and 51K in their money. Health Spa number 3, pre-match physio to the moon, which means currently in last place, playing on hard, is myself. So it's SmackDown, NXT, WCW, and Monday Night Raw. 3 weeks until Extreme Rules. Yes, Sting wants to be at the top, the icon. I don't think Raw stands a chance. We shall see, Stinger. We shall see. So I know the Styles I had to book a match, Triple H. Like, relax yourself. I have restrictions, capital R. And Sonya wishes me luck. You're gonna need it. Ridge Holland has a talent for submission matches. Good to know. Anyhow, episode 1 in the books. It's gonna be a rough couple of weeks here, but we'll see how it goes as we head towards 2K24. I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching. More videos right here. I'll see you next time, and I'm out.